The Xantrax Empire ruled over hundreds of planets. Their war fleets were feared across the galaxy. They had destroyed entire civilizations and crushed rebellions in days. When their spies discovered a small blue planet called Earth, they laughed. Earth had never joined the Galactic Council. It had no known space army. Its ships were slow. Its people were scattered. To the Xantrax, Earth was nothing more than a soft target, a forgotten world ready to be taken. High Commander Volker stood on the bridge of the Xantrax flagship Bloodfear. He looked at the screen showing Earth spinning peacefully in the dark. "One strike," he said coldly, "and they will kneel." A first fleet was launched. 10,000 warships, battle cruisers, plasma bombers, and shadow scouts. The largest force ever sent to conquer a single planet. They entered Earth's star system with power and pride. Every ship was armed, every pilot ready. The fleet passed Mars. They entered Earth's orbit, and then silence. No battle reports, no enemy contact, no messages, not even a distress signal. The command base on planet Zoroth received only one strange message. It was from a scout ship at the edge of Earth's atmosphere. "We can't see it. Something is inside our..." Then nothing. The signal died. Xantrax engineers checked everything. The message wasn't blocked. It wasn't hacked. It was just gone, like the ship, like the entire fleet. High Commander Vokar's face turned pale. This had never happened before. He ordered emergency scans of the entire region around Earth. All they saw was empty space, and Earth spinning slowly, like nothing had happened. But 10,000 ships were missing. No explosions, no survivors, no wreckage. "How can an entire fleet disappear without a sound?" Volker growled. "Send a message to the Council. Earth has defenses we did not see." The Galactic Council refused to believe it. One old admiral said, "It's impossible. Earth is primitive. They can't even reach the outer stars." Another counselor added, "Maybe the fleet ran into a black hole or space storm." But Volker knew better. This is no accident. Something on Earth destroyed them, and it didn't even need to try. He stared at the screen. For the first time in his life, he felt something strange. Fear. A junior officer stepped forward. "Should we send the second fleet, Commander?" Volker didn't answer right away. He looked at the planet again, so quiet, so calm, almost like it was waiting. Finally, he nodded. "Yes, send the second fleet. But this time, we prepare for war." Smiled. "They took the bait," he said. "The first fleet, gone." Beside him, an AI interface whispered, "Shall we activate Phase 2? The general nodded. The Xantrax Empire didn't wait long. After the first fleet disappeared near Earth, the galaxy was shaken. Many believed it was a system failure or some strange space event, but High Commander Volker wasn't so sure. He had seen too many wars, too many battles. Something Earth did had made 10,000 warships vanish without leaving even smoke behind. So they sent the second fleet. This time it was twice as strong, 20,000 warships. Newer weapons, smarter AI, shield upgrades. The Empire's finest minds made sure every ship was ready for anything. Scouts were sent first. Drones scanned space around Earth from a distance. Everything looked normal. No signs of weapons, no space stations, no energy readings. Earth still spun slowly in its orbit, quiet, peaceful, almost welcoming. But Earth was lying. The second fleet approached with caution. Every ship kept weapons ready. They moved through space like a sharp metal wave. On board the flagship Voidbreaker, Captain Rels kept his crew alert. "This is a simple mission," he said. "Observe, demand surrender. If they resist, erase them." But inside, even Rels felt cold. The sky ahead looked calm. "This is Earth Defense Protocol. You are not welcome here." Rels stared at his screen. "Who gave them access to our channel?" "It's not codits, it's alive." One by one, ship engines shut down. Weapons stopped working. No laser, just implosions. The second fleet broke into chaos. Rels shouted, "Shut down the command link. Switch to manual." But it was too late. One last message came through. "Earth doesn't need to fight you. Your own fear will do the work." In the next hour, 18,000 ships were gone. Burned, crushed, turned to dust. Only a few tried. To escape, one small scout ship jumped into hyperspace. Before it was fully attacked, it barely reached Xantrax space. The alien inside crawled out, bleeding, shaking. His mind was broken. He said just 5 words before collapsing. They knew we were coming. Back in the Empire's command center, silence filled the room. Everyone had heard the last pilot's message. This wasn't war, this was a warning. Commander, Volker clenched his fists. They're toying with us. Earth is hiding something, a younger officer said. Should we send the Third Fleet? Volker turned. His voice was low. No, not yet. First, we must find out what Earth really is. Meanwhile, deep under the mountains of Earth, inside the hidden base known as the Cradle, human generals watched the Second Fleet disappear from their screens. A woman in uniform smiled. Phase 2 complete, the AI replied. Enemy morale reduced, enemy strategy broken. Ready for next action? The general turned to the screen and said, let the galaxy wonder what happened. Let them fear the silence. Behind her, Earth's real weapon, the massive machine known only as Leviathan, remained. Asleep for now. Far below the surface of Earth, hidden under layers of rock and old mountains, a massive underground base remained active. Not even most humans knew it existed. It was built long ago, when Earth first made contact with alien life and realized how small and unprepared it really was. Inside, General Arya Voss stood before a giant screen, watching data from the Second Fleet's destruction. She wore a calm expression, but her voice was sharp. They thought Earth was sleeping, she said. Beside her, a tall humanoid figure stood silently. It wasn't human. It was an AI unit once built from the wreckage of a fallen alien ship. Its name was Aegis 9. Enemy Second Fleet destroyed with 92% efficiency, Aegis 9 reported. No nuclear weapons used, no human casualties. Good. Let them fear their own ships now. The humans had developed a new kind of war, defense one the galaxy had never seen. It wasn't just about weapons. It was about information warfare, system control, and fear. After the first alien attack, decades ago, Earth secretly built Project Black Shield. They studied, captured alien tech. They broke codes. They copied alien energy weapons and then improved them. They developed silent orbit weapons machines that looked like floating debris but could destroy fleets in seconds. They launched signal scramblers that made entire planets invisible to scanners. And in the deepest chamber of the Cradle, they built something more, a machine so dangerous, so advanced. It was only activated when Earth was truly threatened. Its name was Leviathan. The room it was stored in had no lights. Only red security beams moved across the metal floor. Leviathan was silent, but even in sleep, it gave off a strange hum, like the sound of distant thunder. Aegis 9 looked at the machine and said quietly, "They haven't seen this one yet." General Voss responded, "Let's hope they never do. But if they send a Third Fleet, we wake it up." Far across the stars, in the Xantrax Empire's War Council chamber, fear was growing. A dozen alien species had now heard about Earth's destruction of the first 2 fleets. Rumors spread fast. "Earth is using stolen tech," said one ambassador. "No," said another, "it's worse. They're using something older than tech, something alive." High Commander Volker listened to them argue. His claws tapped on the table. Finally, he spoke. "Enough. Earth has destroyed 2 of our greatest fleets without firing a single known weapon. That is not luck. That is power." He looked at the screen. EarthBlue.com. Waiting. "We must understand what Earth is. Hiding. Or it will be the end of us." He gave the order. "Prepare the Third Fleet. But this time, we do not go alone. We send spies. We send crawlers. We find out what Earth is hiding underground." The room went silent. Some aliens were ready for war. Others were beginning to feel something they hadn't felt in centuries. Fear of humans back on Earth. In a quiet forest outside the city, a small team of scientists met in secret. They were part of Echo Division Earth's hidden research program. One of them held a strange device. "They've sent another fleet, but this time they want to land troops." She shook her head. "No, let them come." General Voss already knew this would happen. Then she looked up at the night sky. "Let them land." The Xantrax Empire did not give up easily. After the Second Fleet vanished, they changed their plan. The Third Fleet would not attack from orbit. This time, they would land troops on Earth. Small, fast ships equipped with cloaking devices sent ahead and gather information about Earth's defense systems. They believed humans wouldn't see them coming, but Earth saw everything. In a desert zone in northern Australia, the night was still. No sound, no lights, only dry wind moving across rocks. Then, a black shape cut through the clouds and traps dropship 713. It landed softly behind a ridge. Inside were 6 Zantrax soldiers, elite and trained for infiltration. Their armor blended with the sand, their helmets scanned for signs of life. The team leader whispered, "No defense signals, area is clear." They moved quickly, scouting, searching. But what they didn't know was, they were already being watched. Hidden under the earth, just meters away, Echo Division was tracking the alien squad's every move. Agent Kira, a cyber-ops specialist, smirked. "They think we didn't see them drop." Commander Rafe nodded. "They'll lead us to what they fear most answers." He tapped a button. A silent pulse was sent. Above ground, the aliens suddenly froze. Their armor systems glitched. Their scanners went black. One by one, they collapsed. Earth's trap had worked perfectly. Only one alien survived, conscious Zantrax unit, Cattell. He woke up in a dark room. He was strapped to a chair, but not in pain. The room was silent. A soft light hung overhead. Across from him sat a woman, calm, focused. "Welcome," she said. She didn't answer immediately. She showed him a screen. On it, images of Zantrax fleets exploding, breaking, disappearing in silence. "Tell me, you didn't join the Galactic Council. You had no real fleets, no colonies. You were small." His voice dropped low. "Now, we know you were never weak. You were hiding something. We saw it." She narrowed her eyes. "What did you see?" Cattell's hands shook slightly. "When we entered orbit, our systems began talking to us. Not in our language, not in code. Something deeper. It got inside our minds." He took a breath. "We saw a shape above Earth, black, massive. It wasn't metal. It wasn't alive, but it knew us. It looked into us. I saw my own death before it happened. So did others." The woman was silent. Cattell continued, eyes wide. "It didn't destroy us with weapons. It destroyed us with fear. It turned our ships against us. It showed us things from our past, things we had forgotten. It was like Earth was alive." The woman stood up slowly. She walked toward a dark screen on the wall. It lit up dot. A massive figure appeared, covered in shadow, humming like a storm, motionless but terrifying. Meanwhile, back in the Zantrax Council, chaos had begun. Word had reached them. One of their spies was captured alive, and Earth had let it happen. High Commander Voker smashed his fist on the table. "They're sending a message," he growled. "They're saying, 'We see you, we know you, and we're not afraid.'" One counselor whispered, "We attacked the wrong planet." Back in the cradle, General Voss reviewed the interview footage. She turned to Aegis 9. "Let the alien return," she ordered. "Make sure he remembers what he saw." Aegis 9 blinked. "Release him." "Why?" She looked at the screen showing Leviathan sleeping beneath the surface. "Because when he tells them the truth, the fear will spread faster than any fleet." The Zantrax Empire had waited long enough. After losing 2 full fleets and hearing strange reports from the captured scout, they decided to go all in. The 3rd Fleet was the largest in Zantrax history, over 40,000 ships equipped with new armor, deep space missiles, mental shield AI, and ground invasion units. They brought their strongest commanders, their best warriors, and weapons never used before. This time, they would crush Earth, no matter what dark secrets it was hiding in. Earth's orbit, the sky began to change. The moon was covered in shadows. Stars disappeared behind the massive incoming fleet. Alien ships stretched across the darkness like a giant wall, in the hidden base under the Rocky Mountains. General Arya Voss stood calm watching the radar. Her officers looked nervous. "They've brought everything," one whispered. Another said, "They're landing on every continent." But Voss didn't panic. She just said one word, "Good." The Zantrax forces landed across Earth. Giant troop carriers touched down in deserts, forests, and open oceans. Alien warbats marched across the sand. Hover tanks rolled through empty cities. They scanned buildings, searching for humans, but they found nothing. No armies, no resistance, only silence. Commander Valor of the Third Fleet stood on Earth's surface, confused. "Why is no one here?" he shouted to his troops. "Search deeper. Bring me answers." That's when it began. First, the weather changed. Storms formed without clouds. The air became heavy, as if gravity had doubled. Then their weapons started failing. One by one, targeting systems stopped working. Maps glitched, orders didn't reach the front lines. Xantrak's officers looked to the sky and what they saw made them freeze. The oceans were rising, not waves, but machines. From the deepest points of Earth's oceans, massive black machines rose slowly, silently. Towering warwalkers, taller than skyscrapers, climbed onto land. Their eyes glowed red. They had no pilots. They were controlled by Earth's AI defense. Gridande had only one target: every alien on Earth. Within minutes, the silence was broken by fire. Beams of invisible energy shot from the warwalkers, slicing through Xantrak's tanks. Human aircraft, sleek and silent, flew at sonic speed, dropping nanobots that disabled ships mid-air. Every piece of land the aliens had taken turned against them. In the Amazon, trees moved. In deserts, sand swallowed vehicles. In frozen areas, the ground cracked and exploded. Earth itself was fighting back. Commander Valor screamed into the comms, "Fall back. Get back to the ships." But their ships weren't responding above the planet. Earth's orbital satellites had activated. Invisible traps had caught every cruiser, disabled their engines, and turned them into floating metal coffins. Xantrak's crews inside the ships banged on their doors. They were trapped. One called out, "There's something outside the hull. What is that?" And then, silence. Back in the cradle, General Voss turned to Agest-9 status. She asked. Agest-9 replied calmly, 30% of the fleet eliminated. 60% trapped, 10% panicking. She nodded. "Release Leviathan's signal. Let them feel it." At once, a deep pulse echoed across the battlefield. Xantrak's soldiers screamed. Their helmets melted from the inside. Their AI assistants collapsed into static. In the middle of the burning chaos, a dark cloud formed above the Earth. It wasn't a weapon. It wasn't a ship. It was Leviathan's mind broadcast across space. Alien soldiers dropped to their knees. Some started crying. One whispered, "We never had a chance." High above, in the Xantrak's command ship, still orbiting safely, a frightened officer begged, "The commander, we have to retreat. Earth is cursed." But the commander knew it wasn't a curse. It was power. Power Earth had kept hidden. Power that had just broken the greatest fleet in galactic history. He stared at the burning Earth below and said softly, "Now, the galaxy will know the truth." Across the galaxy, billions of eyes turned toward Earth. News of the Third Fleet's destruction spread faster than light. No survivors, no escape. The largest invasion force in Xantrak's history gone. Alien empires. Whispered in fear, soldiers refused to go near Earth's star system. Even the Galactic Council fell silent. But Earth was not silent anymore. It was time to speak. In the command chamber, deep inside the cradle, General Arya Voss stood before a large screen. Behind her, military officers, scientists, and diplomats from Earth's secret alliance gathered. The air was tense. The galaxy had attacked 3 times, lost each time now. It was Earth's turn to speak. The general turned to Aegis-9. "Begin transmission." The AI replied, "Signal ready. All major galactic channels locked in. Translation engaged. They will hear us." General Voss took a deep breath. The message had to be clear, final, and unforgettable. The transmission began. Across the galaxy, alien palaces, council chambers, warships, and coloniza, human face appeared on every screen. Calm, cold, unshaken, General Voss spoke. To all empires, kingdoms, and species watching. You came to Earth with fire. You brought fleets, you brought death, but none of you returned. And now you know why. The screen showed footage. Alien ships exploding, giant Earth war rising from the oceans, Leviathan's black shadow covering the sky. We were silent. We watched while you laughed at us. We listened while you called us weak. But silence is not weakness. She paused. The room behind her darkened. The screen behind her showed Earth, glowing from orbit, untouched and full of power. Every attack made us stronger. Every fleet you lost became part of our knowledge. Every weapon you used, we improved. You sent death, we sent a warning. In the Xantrak's high command, Commander Volker watched in silence. His officers trembled. One whispered, "It's not a threat. It's a promise." Another muttered, "They were never behind. They were preparing." Back on Earth, General Voss continued, "We do not seek to rule your stars. We do not need your resources. We do not want your wars. But if you come for us again." The screen shifted. Leviathan appeared behind her, its body covered in energy, its eyes glowing with stormlight, its voice like thunder in the minds of every species watching. "You will not return again." Then the signal changed. Across every screen, 3 words appeared in bold letters translated into every language, every code, every form of thought. "Earth stands ready." The message ended. The galaxy was quiet, for the first time in generations. There were no calls for war, no battle orders, no invasion talks. In far corners of space, young soldiers asked their leaders, "Is Earth a god?" Others said, "No, worse, Earth is human." In the Galactic Council, an emergency meeting was called. One elder alien stood and said, "We must leave Earth alone. It has become a world of storms and ghosts." Another said, "If we are wise, we will never return there." They voted, a no contact order was passed. Earth was now marked on every galactic map. Do not approach, no return guaranteed. Back in the cradle, General Voss smiled for the first time in years. "It's done," she said. Aegis-9 nodded. "They have heard us, but they haven't seen everything," she added quietly. A silent hallway behind her led deeper underground. Far below, Leviathan returned to sleep, but the systems around it stayed awake, because Earth knew something important. This wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. The galaxy stayed silent. No fleets moved near Earth's system. No probes were sent. No signals were returned. Earth had spoken once, and that was enough. But in the deepest corners of alien space, the question still burned. What happened to those? Who attacked Earth? Why does no one ever come back? Some believed Earth had a death field that erased ships. Others said Earth's machines could tear through dimensions. But the truth was even more terrifying. Deep beneath Earth's surface, under ice, oceans, and mountains, the cradle remained alive. Inside, Earth's leaders had gathered once again, peaceful on the surface, but fully armed below. A new recruit stood at the edge of the Leviathan chamber. He stared at the giant machine, glowing softly in sleep dash mode. He asked, "Why don't we destroy them now, the alien empires? We have the power." General Arya Voss turned to him, her voice steady. "Because power is not just for attack. Power is to make sure they never try again." She looked toward Leviathan. They need to remember Earth as the place where armies vanish and nightmares begin. In the cold space between stars, Xantrak scientists ran secret simulations. They tried to rebuild what happened. They analyzed every second of their fleet's approach to Earth, trying to understand what went wrong. Then they noticed something strange. None of Earth's defenses ever moved first. Not once. Earth waited, watched, let them attack, and only then responded with perfect precision. They realized the truth. Earth didn't just have weapons, it had full knowledge. Every system, every strategy, every alien weakness. It was as if Earth had seen the battle before it began. But how? Back on Earth, in a room only, few had access to, a small black cube floated in magnetic suspension. It wasn't made by humans. It wasn't from any known alien race. The label on the door read, "Time Core." The AI Aegis-9 stood beside it, reading the silent data streams. General Voss entered, "Status." She asked. The AI responded, "Time Core functioning, precognition readings, stable. Earth remains 10 steps ahead." She nodded. "This is why they don't return." The truth was this. Long ago, during Earth's first alien encounter, humans had recovered a strange device. Buried, deep inside, a crashed ship. That device was the Time Core. It gave Earth the ability to see probable futures, analyze enemy behavior before attacks, and create countermeasures before weapons were even launched. With this, Earth could prepare months before an invasion actually happened. This was Earth's real power, Not size, not numbers, foresight. That's why the first fleet disappeared. That's why the second couldn't touch the planet. That's why the third broke without a full fight. Earth never had to guess. It already knew in the Galactic Council. The fear. Turned to myth, elders told their young. There's a planet beyond the old stars. It looks small, weak, quiet, but if you go there, you vanish. Some said Earth made ends, proud and powerful. Now sent its war fleets in other directions, anywhere but toward Earth. One message remained burned into every database across the stars. They sent fleets to attack Earth. None returned. Now they know why.